What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GameFreak. Today, we are going to kind of do a throwback and look at some PS3 games. You know, in the PS3 era, there were so many good games out there, basically because there was more competition in the video game market with Microsoft. You know, there was a big, I guess, console war and everything. I never looked at it like that. I always looked at it as a preference thing because I believe both consoles had their pros and cons. Both companies have their pros and cons. So, you know, I've always preferred Sony over Microsoft, but I have nothing against Microsoft. It was a controller issue. But I wanted to go over some games, so I decided to start a new playlist called the PS3 Throwbacks. So we're going to go over some games that I personally thought was really awesome at the time. And the first game that I am going, actually this is games, the first collection I am going to show you is the Jak and Daxter collection. This has 3 games on it. Absolutely loved all 3 of them. I spent a lot of time playing these during the PS3 years. So let's revisit these things and see how they held up and how they are today. These games are story-based platformers that feature a mixture of action, racing, and puzzle solving. The series is set in a fictional universe that incorporates science fantasy, steampunk, cyberpunk, and mystical elements while centering on the eponymous characters as they try to uncover the secrets of their world and unravel the mysteries left behind by an ancient race called the Precursors. The games are inspired by a combination of Eastern and Western culture, a decision made among the team members at Naughty Dog and related stakeholders while developing the first title. The first 3 games in the series were re-released on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita as part of the remastered Jak and Daxter collection that includes support for the PlayStation Network and the PlayStation Suite. The original 3 Jak and Daxter games, along with Jak X Combat Racing, were released for the PlayStation 4 as Jak and Daxter Bundle in 2017, alongside the release of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. In December that year, Jak 2, Jak 3, and Jak X Combat Racing were released. The series has also produced various forms of extended media and merchandise and has sold over 12 million copies worldwide. Jak 2 takes place in the same fictional universe created by Naughty Dog for Jak and Daxter, though 500 years after the events of the first game. The game largely revolves around Haven City, a dystopia ruled by Baron Praxis and his Crimson Guard law enforcers. Haven City serves as the game's hub location, although the player is frequently given tasks that must be fulfilled outside of the city. Of the 3 Jak and Daxter games on this cart, Part 2 is definitely the most challenging of the 3, by far. Like its predecessors, Jak 3 takes place in an unnamed fictional universe created by Naughty Dog specifically for the games. The game is set a year after the events of Jak 2. Jak 3 largely focuses on the Wasteland, a large desert only briefly referred to in the previous entry in the series as being completely uninhabited and inhospitable. Spargus City, a large settlement within the wasteland bordering the ocean, is where the game begins and serves as a hub for the player where new weapons and upgrades can be earned and most missions are given out. Later on, the plot shifts focus to Haven City, a sprawling metropolis which was the central locale in Jak 2, though the area is only 1/5 the size of the wasteland. Some levels from the previous game are radically altered or removed entirely, while others are added, branching off from Spargus and the Wasteland and Haven. So, how do these games hold up today? I had a lot of fun going back and playing these games. Now, obviously, you have to remember this was the PS3 years. They're obviously not going to look or play as well as, let's say, the PS4. Definitely not as good as the PS5. But it would be really cool if they went back and remastered all three of these games, gave it a facelift, and helped out a little bit on the controls because, they're not like super smooth controls like you get with more modern games like today. But that didn't affect the way that I felt about going back and playing these games. I still had a lot of fun, but I had to keep in mind that, this is the PS3 years. So this was really good then. Still a lot of fun today. So, hey, I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun going back and playing these. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.